Well, hello and welcome. It is time once again to try to fix something, and today on the workbench I have a PS5, the Blu-ray disc edition, that I believe is no power, according to the note stuck to the side of it. Disc edition, no power. I'm going to go on a limb and say this thing has been opened up and worked on before. I'm just guessing. I have not taken the covers off to take a look, see if the security tape is still there. But I have it plugged in. Let's just see if she'll do anything. Nothing on power. Nothing on eject. Totally dead. Okay. Maybe it's just a bad power supply. We can hope. We can hope. All right, let me get these covers off and let's see if it's been opened up before or not. Well, all right. The outer covers are off. And well, will you look at that? I don't believe this thing's been tampered with at all. That's nice. Screws? Yeah. It's kind of rare that I get one these days that hasn't been opened up already. That's a good feeling. Okay. Let's dig on into it and see if we have a bad power supply, because it doesn't even beep when you hit eject or anything. So maybe just a bad supply. Well, I am digging my way down to the power supply, and I just wanted to point out that this thing is completely clean. There is no dust anywhere. It looks like it's never been used, like never turned on. I mean, it's just so clean. So I'm not sure what the backstory is on this one. I don't think it's been running at all. Maybe it was DOA, who knows? Okay, our supply is out. It is a 400DR, I believe. Something, yeah, there is 400DR, and I have a repaired one right here. And if you're very careful, you can work that supply out without splitting the case halves there, without taking that off, which saves me taking out 800 screws. So anyway, I'm going to try to swap this antenna over and put that one in there, and then let's just see if we can fishtail it, work its way back in there and hook it in there and see if we can get it to work. Well, my spare supply is installed. I've got the console reassembled enough to at least test, I believe. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to power on. I forgot to hook the lights up. Yeah, the ribbon cable's laying over there. But I think she's going to work. So we have a power supply to repair. Always fun. I wonder if this thing has it ever been set up, I wonder? It's just so clean. This thing's initialized like it has never even been turned on. Because, I mean, it was dead. It wouldn't turn on, so they couldn't have initialized it. I wonder if this thing was just DOA. Very strange. Okay. Well, I'm going to take this inside and take it apart, and let's see if we can fix this supply so I can keep my spare supply. All right, we are inside at the workbench, and I have decided to spare you with the pain and suffering of watching me struggle to get one of these supplies open, so I went ahead and opened it. And I've already found the problem. If I could show you. Something look a little askew there. Look at this. Look at this transformer. That apparently was never even soldered. I mean, look down in those holes. I don't think it was ever soldered. Get it spun around here. Maybe we can see a little bit better. There may be some charged caps though, so I'm trying to be careful. I mean, I don't see any hole. I'll get where I can zoom in. Yeah, there's no hole, in those solder terminals down there. So you have to wonder how this made it out of the factory at Delta. Of course, Sony doesn't make these things. It's a company called Delta in China somewhere that makes them. And yeah, how that made it through quality control, I'll never know. Let's see, what is this coil? Is this the, yeah, is this the power factor corrector coil? It says L1 down in there. Yeah, that could be. I'm just trying to look where it is in the circuit. Looks like it might actually be the PFC coil. Okay, well, that's an odd one. I've never seen that one. Okay, well, let's see if we can correct this little mistake from the factory. And I believe that terminal is used. If you look right there, there's a wire right there coming out of the coil going down to that terminal. So it's not like it's an unused pin or anything. Well, this is an odd one, isn't it? The transformer is still being held on by two other terminals, looks like. So I probably need to remove the solder in those and just remove it completely so I can bend the legs around. I think I'm going to need my larger tip here. Get a little more heat on these pins. Not sure how well you can see. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit. Every time I zoom in a lot, though, I end up moving the board out of the frame, and I don't realize it until I'm editing the footage, and So yeah, looks like just two terminals left holding it here. I really should discharge these caps before I get bit. Let's just do that. Learn from my past mistakes here. Where are those bolt caps? Right here. Oh yeah. I think I saw at least 60 volts there across it. Surprised it wasn't more than that, though. I wonder if something else blew because of that thing being lifted. Of course, if the PFC coil is out, I'm not sure how the caps get charged at all. Anyway, I'm just going to see if I can use some wick to remove the solder that's remaining on these terminals, which looks to be numbered 4 and 5 on this coil. We're almost loose. Of course, almost loose means that we're not loose. I'm trying not to damage these pads. There it goes. It popped out then. I don't want to lose my orientation, although I don't think it could go but one way. Ta-da! So yeah, just 4 terminals. Don't think I could go but one way. Yeah, like that. That's how it should go. It does say on top of it Delta PFCV, so that's going to be the power factor correction coil. Okay. So it goes like that. See if I can wick the solder out of those holes. Can't tell if I got that one or not. There I did. Some flux probably would help. Okay. There I go, getting things out of the frame again. Just gonna clean it up a little, even though it won't be seen. Okay. So I don't think any of these legs are bent or anything. It's just it was never, when it was reflowed, it wasn't sitting in there. I wonder how they do that though, because you know this thing has some mass to it, and there's no glue under it like they do the small components. All these small SMD components, it's got that red glue under it to hold it in place as it goes through the reflow oven. Okay. I may have to hold that with my fingers. Hold it flat against the board. I need another hand. Yeah, I'm going to add some flux to this in a second. Just kind of wanted to get it tacked down where it couldn't run away. All right, I don't think it can run away now. Turn my fan on. Get some fumes out of here. Well, I think that's about it. Add a little more to these. Don't know why, I just kind of felt like it. All right, now to clean it up a little. I just noticed there was some red ink marking those holes. I have to go back and look at the footage. I didn't notice it before, but I see red ink running everywhere now that I'm spraying alcohol. So had somebody marked this thing as... I just didn't know. I just see red. There's a little bit of red ink running down the side of the transformer now, like a red marker was used. Somebody at the factory saying, "Hey, redo this." Maybe not. Maybe it's my imagination, but there was some marker coming from somewhere. Okay, nice and shiny. think that will work. Okay. Let's just let me see if we can confirm that the fuse is still good in it. Fuse is good. Wouldn't expect it to blow the fuse just because that was open. I would expect it to do nothing. All right, let me get you maybe set up a little different space here so we can test this supply. Well, I believe we're ready to test out our newly repaired power supply now that that power factor corrected coil is seated properly. I have my load on and set for 5 amps. Should be fine. Yeah, I just need to get some AC voltage into it. Let's see what happens. There she goes, 11.9 volts. Excellent. Appears to be running just fine. So let's get this thing maybe put back together and get it out there in the PS5 chassis and make sure it will power it. Alright, well, this PS5 is fully reassembled. We've got our repaired power supply in there. Let's make sure it still works. I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't. Yep. And we got lighted. Remember to hook the lights up this time. And there we are. We're coming up fine. This is a weird one for me. I've never seen this, because this PS5 really should have never worked. And I'm not sure how it made it out of the factory not being able to turn on. But anyway, that was an interesting one. If you thought it was interesting, please give me a thumbs up. And I will see you in the very next repair. So long for now.